When a patient is diagnosed with myeloma, they're not alone. They have support, they have information, they have access to things that were not there in the past.
After seeing the ravages that myeloma can cause, since then it's just been a mission to not have other people have to go through and suffer what he did.
There was a desperate need to provide information that could lead them to the best tests and to the best treatments.
It was just giving patients the voice.
We needed new treatments, better treatments. Could we cure myeloma, prevent myeloma?
Sometimes a very big advance can make only if you take a risk.
Look what happened in the survival of patients when the IMF started and now 30 years later.
They achieved so many things in these 30 years, the focus, the energy, the synergy.
It is almost impossible to believe what has happened over the last 30 years.
The outcomes are dramatically improved, and they're going to improve more.
Because we believe that we can work collaboratively and we will cure this disease once and for all. Good evening. I'm Susie Dury, President and founder of the International Myeloma Foundation.
And I'm Dr. Brian Dury, Chairman of the Board of the International Myeloma Foundation. Tonight, we welcome you to the 14th Annual Comedy Celebration. This is the first one that has been conducted in this virtual fashion.
It's hard to believe that the foundation was started 30 years ago.
The last 6 months of this year, 2020, has been truly challenging for all of us. Despite that, the International Myeloma Foundation has been able to pivot and been able to move forward and conduct our programs using a virtual format. Although we miss the in-person contact with our patient meetings and our doctor meetings and our expert panels, the good news is that we have been able to connect with many more people and keep our programs rolling and allow us to support and continue the efforts day to day that are so important to the activities of the IMF. The funding from this evening goes towards the Black Swan Research Initiative, which is the global project looking to both try to prevent myeloma and come up with a cure. We have 40 projects actively working around the globe right now, and the funding is just so crucial to make the research happen.
We are this close to the cure. I can't thank Lorraine Boyle enough for being who she is and being so fearless, and she just jumped in. Obviously, Peter Boyle was the love of her life, and when Peter passed away from multiple myeloma, Lorraine had the guts to jump in and help make a difference. And today, she's one of our board members, and without her help, we would not be where we are right now.
Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Lorraine. Thank you to Ray and the cast of Everybody Loves Raymond. We just appreciate this all so much.
So, I want you all right now, take a deep breath, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Everybody, Ray Romano here, live on the webcam or whatever this thing is they set up in front of me. Whatever it is, it's for a good cause. We're here to welcome you to the 14th Annual International Myeloma Foundation Virtual Comedy Celebration. We've been doing these every year for the last 13 years, and it's always been in a theater with a lot of people laughing and some great comedians trying to raise money. And of course, now we find ourselves in this situation, but we have something great planned, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. We're raising funds for the Peter Boyle Research Fund and the Black Swan Research Initiative to find the cure for multiple myeloma. Tonight, once again, we are honoring a former castmate of Everybody Loves Raymond, the great Peter Boyle, who was a great mentor to me and just a lovely man, just the opposite of the character he played on TV. And he passed away in 2006 from myeloma. And his wife, Lorraine Boyle, asked me at the time if I would get involved in trying to raise money in his name and his honor. And we've been doing it for 13 years. And it's a great organization, and it's a great charity, and they're doing great work, and soon we're not going to need this anymore. Go online to comedy.myeloma.org right now and make a donation of $15 or $30 or whatever you can afford to give. Our goal is to find the cure for multiple myeloma. So what's going to happen here is that in a few moments, you're going to see the cast of Everybody Loves Raymond, and we are going to revisit our characters, and we are going to do selected scenes from your favorite episodes. It's been a while. It's been 20 years since the show. No, it's been more than that. It's been 25 years since the show was on the air, 15 years since it's been off. And we're going to go at it again. Share this live stream on social media using the hashtag IMFComedy, hashtag IMFComedy. Do your part right now. Text comedy to 41444, or you can scan this strange little square thingy with your phone camera and click the link in the reply message to donate over the phone. This month also marks the IMF's 30th anniversary. We celebrate 30 years of scientific achievement with multiple myeloma patient care at the heart of it all. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond, Mr. Phil Rosenthal.
Hello, Raymond. Hi. I'm so happy. We haven't done this, really. This is like a reunion.
We've never done this. Yes. It's the reunion that we can do right now in the current situation.
Yeah, but we're going to be reading scenes from some of our favorite episodes, and we have assembled a lot of people. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. It's going to be nostalgic and scary and fun, kind of like my honeymoon. Brad, are you out there?
Yes, terrific.
He still got it. So let's, you want to introduce who's with us today, Raymond?
Sure. Well, we have the actress who played my wife, Patty Heaton. Yay! Patty's with us.
Hey, hi everybody.
Where are you calling in from, Patty?
I'm in Nashville right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's taking up the country western thing.
I am. I got cowboy boots on. You just can't see them.
Let's introduce my brother, Brad Garrett, who played my brother, Robert.
Hi. Yay. Thank you. Thank you so.
Sit down.
Sit down. Oh, sit down. I'm sorry. I was standing. Everyone's so incredibly nice. Thank you. Hey.
And of course, the great Amy, Monica Horan.
Yay! Not only Robert's wife, but my wife.
Yes. Brad, I have to, but you. What's the joke?
That's the joke.
That was the joke.
And then we have a special guest star. We'll leave it. We'll
surprise.
We'll leave
it
as
a
a surprise.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. All right, people. Should we jump in? What do you think?
So we're just going to do scenes, right? A couple scenes from the show.
I think the people watching, they know the show. So I'm just going to give you a little background. I'm going to read the stage directions, right? And then it'll be like you're at a table reading for Everybody Loves Raymond. This is how it was.
20 years, folks. It's been 20 years.
We're going to start with a show. Now, I want people to know, and I always say this, that 90% of what you saw on the show happened to me or to Ray or to one of our other great writers. And that's how we made the show. We would come in with personal stories. And I just want to say before we start this one that Ray and I wrote together, this was an exception. I have no idea where this show came from. This is known as our PMS episode. It's called Bad Moon Rising. So this is the teaser. We fade into Ray and Deborah's kitchen. It's Sunday morning. Ray enters from upstairs. Deborah is yelling out the back door.
Michael, I'm not telling you again. We do not throw rocks.
Okay, but if you do, remember, push off your back foot and follow through.
Nice of you to wake up, Ray. I've been down here with the kids since 6:30.
Well, I was up. I had to shave and take a shower.
Oh, so I guess you tracked water all over the bedroom.
Little bit.
What do? What do you walk in there and shake yourself dry like a sheepdog?
Oh, when I'm naked, I like to shake it. So, what's to eat?
Oh, I don't know, Ray. What should I do first? Go clean up the mess you made upstairs or make your Royal Highness some eggs?
Whoa. What's up?
I'll tell you one thing. You're taking the kids this afternoon because I have got to get out of here for a while.
What? No, the kids. Well, no, wait a minute.
What, Ray? What?
I told you the guys are coming over today to watch the Masters. Don't you remember? Little pretty woman?
Yeah, whatever, Ray. Mind if I get dressed now?
No. Go ahead.
Thank you. Might be a while because I'll probably have to squeegee the bedroom. Keep an eye on the kids. There's a picture over here in case you forgot what they look like.
She exits. Ray sits, a little stunned.
What the?
Ray counts off something in his head. Then he gets up and looks at the calendar on the fridge.
Oh. It's that time already? Man, I gotta go to the dentist. This is a bad week.
Ray shakes his head and we cut to our opening credits. Dun 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 dun.
Okay, we get it.
Dun dun dun. Everybody. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Deborah's at the sink. Ray enters carrying 2 large Nemo's bags, as well as a bag from the drugstore.
Hey, Banjo Pants.
Hi.
Hope you're in the mood for Italian. And I don't mean just me. Because I got a big bag of Nemo's takeout right here.
Oh.
What? I stopped by there. Got some dinner for us. I even got some after-dinner mints, which for your sake, I've already dipped into.
Well, I already started dinner, so why didn't you call first?
What? Who knows? Surprise! Look, garlic bread.
Oh, well, I already made salad and cooked the rice, but forget it. We'll eat your stuff.
Deborah turns back to the stove and shuts off the burners. She then takes a pot of rice over to the sink, dumps it out, and starts filling it again to clean it. While the water runs, she stares dejectedly into the sink. Ray watches her for a beat, then he walks over to her.
Listen, are you all right?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sorry. Thanks for dinner.
No, hey, don't worry about it. I know that right now there's a lot of stuff going on femininely, and it's not your fault. I understand that. It's a little like Jekyll and Hyde, only more Hyde. If that's the bad one, it's Hyde, right? Okay, well, look, whoever it is, I know it's not you yelling at my friends for making a mess and getting all crazy about the clothes on the hamper. I know that's not you. That's Hyde, if he's the bad one. Oh, so listen, when I was out today, I got you this.
Ray shows her a small white box. Deborah stares at it, then at him.
Okay, I want you to feel better, and this should take care of all your symptoms.
Deborah takes the bottle and reads the label to herself.
Except for bitchy. Right, Ray?
What? What do you mean?
I mean, there's nothing in here for bitchy.
Oh, probably need a prescription for bitchy.
This is just like you, Ray. Just when I think you can't be any more insensitive, you rise to the occasion.
2. So this is later that night. She has stormed out of the house and she has not come back for a long time, leaving Ray to tend to the house and the 3 children. So we're in Ray and Deborah's bedroom later that night. Ray lays in bed exhausted. He's in a bad mood. He's flipping the TV channel. After a few moments, Deborah enters, seemingly fine, back from a night out.
Hi.
She puts her things down and putters around the room as Ray stares at her. He's indignant.
Oh, you're home. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Well, I told you I went shopping with Amy.
Shopping. For 5 hours. Well, where are your shopping bags?
Oh, I didn't buy anything. You know, we just walked around, then we went back to her place and had dinner, sat around talking and relaxing.
Oh, walking around, sitting around, talking and relaxing. Well, would you like to hear my evening? Because I had a blast too. I made all the kids dinner, peanut butter and jelly. Then I gave them a bath because they were covered in peanut butter and jelly. And then I couldn't find the towels, so I had to dry them off with paper towels. And then I was mean because I wouldn't let them sleep in a treehouse. And then they went to bed screaming, okay? So that was my evening.
Well, that's my evening every night.
All right, don't even. Don't even. You just wanted me to suffer tonight.
What?
Yeah, that's right. It's not fair. It's not fair that you just walked out and do whatever you want. And let's just say it. Use your ladies' days as an excuse to treat me rotten every day.
A moment. Ray holds his gaze. That's right. He said it.
My needing to get out of here once in a while has nothing to do with my ladies' days.
Ray thinks very carefully about what he will say next. Then,
Bull-loney.
What?
Baloney! You want to see? I don't care anymore. I try to be nice to you. You know what? It doesn't work.
grabs the calendar.
Hey, you see this date? This is today, and look, here's last month. Oh, what a coincidence that on the same day last month, I found my golf clubs upside down in the garbage can. I'm telling you now, I'm tired of this. Every month, the same wacko screaming at me for no reason, having meltdowns, crying at nothing, and you never admit what it is. And God forbid I should mention that might be the problem. You know what I'm thinking? I think you enjoy your ladies' days because you think I deserve to be treated like this. Oh, good. Look what day it is. Hi, where's Ray? Pow, 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 pow. I've been saving that up. And then after a couple of days of that, oh, sorry, I guess I was a little, you know. And by the way, the next time I use those golf clubs, I shot 110. So don't think I don't know you didn't put a curse on them.
You are out of your mind.
No, you are. Once a month. If what I said isn't true, then how come you don't treat me like that all the other days?
I treat you fine, Ray. You're just mad because you had to take care of the kids for one night.
Oh, yeah? So you don't get crazy at this time of the month?
No.
You're just level-headed and calm, and you never overreact or treat me meanly or yell at me like a screaming, raving maniac.
No, I do not.
Ray pulls out a small personal tape recorder.
Okay. 4:38 today after the guys went home.
He hits play on the tape recorder.
I told you 8 million times when you empty the dryer, you clean the lint screen. Look at all this lint! What? What do you like lint, Ray? Maybe I'll get you some for your birthday. Happy birthday, Ray. Here's your lint.
Ray shuts off the tape recorder. Deborah just stares at him. Ray shrugs. She keeps staring at him.
I thought you might want to hear how you sound when you're like this.
You
Okay.
are a gigantic ass!
She runs out of the room. A moment. Ray talks into the tape recorder.
1032, gigantic ass.
And as Ray heads out after her, we cut to the kitchen living room. A few moments later, Deborah's at the sink and she's crying. Ray enters.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry. I know what it's like to hear a tape of myself. I remember when I first heard my radio interview. First of all, I sounded like a Snuffleupagus. I said, do I really sound like that? And then Andy said to me...
Would you stop? I am not crying because of what I sound like, Ray. I'm crying because I'm married to an insensitive derfwad who, instead of trying to make my life better for his wife, tape records her so he can prove she's a terrible person.
What's a derfwad?
What, were you going to play that tape for the guys? Come on in, fellas, step right up and hear the witch who killed my good time.
No, it's just for us.
He's backing into the living room.
Where's my tape recorder, Ray? Huh? Where's my tape recorder when I was in labor with twins for 36 hours and you asked the nurse if the TV got ESPN?
Well, I mean, 36 hours, it's not a short time.
Guess what? It's even longer when you're pushing two human beings out of your body while your husband's going, does this hospital have fudge sickles?
Ray flips over the arm of the sofa and onto the floor.
Where was my tape recorder? Or when you asked why I get upset when I find your underpants in the kitchen? or when you start snoring during my grandmother's funeral? Or when you taped a football over our wedding video?
Do you really need a tape recorder? Because you seem to remember everything.
That's right. I remember, and I'm not gonna forget either.
Okay, honey, listen. I think you make some excellent points here, but I was just wondering if maybe part of the reason you're so upset right now might possibly be PMS related.
Will somebody get me a tape recorder? Because I don't believe what you just said.
Well, I don't know what to do.
No kidding. If I had PMS, and I'm not saying that I do, is this how you help me? By taping me? By telling me I have PMS? That doesn't help me, Ray. That doesn't help me.
Leave it in.
I'm very emotional right now.
Leave it in. It's good. Okay. That's right when you push him up against the bookcase.
Okay.
What should I do?
Yes. Okay.
What do I do? Draw me a picture.
Did it ever occur to you to try giving me a hug?
A hug?
Yes. A hug. Why can't you just give me a hug, you jerk?
Well, it's a little difficult to hug someone who's trying to kill you.
Well, you wouldn't know, would you, Ray? Because you never even tried.
Well, I'm sorry, but this is not huggable. This is not Deborah. This is the woman who shows up once a month to rip into me like a monkey on a cupcake. That's the only reason I taped you, so you could hear that and maybe admit that there might be a problem that wasn't just me being a dorkwang or whatever.
The phone rings. Deborah picks it up.
Hello? Oh, hi, Amy. Yeah. You went back for that dress? Wait, how much was it? Oh my God. You are bad. You're really bad.
Ray stares at her. He's still breathing heavily.
Right. Yeah. Oh, me too. Okay. All right, I'll call you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.
Deborah hangs up and starts straightening the living room. A long moment as Ray watches her mystified.
Feeling better?
She is so funny.
Yeah, she is. Can I get her number for speed dial?
Deborah laughs and then she stops and crosses over to Ray.
I'm sorry, Ray. Maybe I am a little,
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
Listen, I don't mean to be so hard on you.
Yeah, I know.
Here, come here, sit.
No, it's okay.
No, come on. Okay, Ray, come on. I just need a little understanding, a little caring. I just need you to make me feel like Like if I'm going through a tough time, you're there for me. And that you want to, just take care of me.
Well, I do want to. You're my girl.
I love you, Ray.
Oh, man. You are a mess.
He puts his arm around her.
Hey, you wanna just try those pills I got for you today? I want you to feel better.
I know, but I do just want you to understand that no pill is going to solve everything.
No, I know. I know.
I mean, do you have any idea what goes on in here?
Let me just...
I mean, yes, there's all these feelings and things going on, but I need you to just...
I know. Believe me, I'm into all of it. Let me just get the pills.
Ray runs into the kitchen, grabs the pills, opens the fridge, grabs the soda, runs back and plops down next to Deborah. She watches him and he takes the cap off, struggles with the foil cover, grabs the phone and pokes through the foil with the antenna. He rips out the cotton, chucks it, and takes out a couple of pills.
Here you go. It's okay. See, it's for bloating, cramps, and look, irritability associated with PMS. We have a winner. Here you go. It's great with ginger ale.
She just stares at him.
Here we go.
He holds the pills in his hand. He's as if trying to coax a goat.
Here we go.
Deborah smacks his hand, sending the pills flying.
What?
Why don't you just lock me away in the attic for a few days?
Ray stammers. Then he hugs her.
Get off of me!
She pushes him away and heads for the stairs.
You said hug me. That was your idea, the hug. Hey!
Deborah exits. Ray is left confused and alone on the couch. A moment. He picks up the pill bottle.
I should have put it in her applesauce. Still got it.
And that's the end. Now, those of you who know the episode say that's not the last line because this was not the as-broadcast script.
Oh, what was it?
It was a line that called back to one of Peter's lines from Act 1 when he was telling you about his experience dealing with Marie and PMS. And he said that she starts in a mood, and then it lasts a few days, and soon it's a few weeks, and soon that mood is her only mood. And I just pray for a comet to come streaking down to Earth and bring me sweet relief, right?
Yes.
Right.
So your last line here was a callback, and it was...
Something about the comet. What?
Come on, comet.
Come on, comet.
That's it. So thank you, Peter.
Wow.
Wait a minute. So who put this line in?
This was probably in the original script that we wrote, and we probably changed it up maybe on shoot night to make it a callback when we realized the reaction that Peter Boyle got saying the line the first time. Wouldn't it be great to call back to what he said? We did that often. And Raymond, for those of you who don't know, was also a writer on the show and was a master at what we call take twos. Usually he did it just to make these other guys crack up. Monica, do you like hearing that episode?
Can I tell when I first heard it? Because I didn't read it in advance or anything. And I remember I was shooting an episode. I was in the makeup chair and they were screaming that for the audience. And I started hearing these lines come out of Patty's mouth and Ray's mouth. And a lot of it was verbatim. Isn't that sad? That was a lot lifted.
Yes.
From a real conversation. So it really, I have a lot of feelings when I hear it. Plus, you're hilarious. You guys.
How do you deal with PMS now, Monica?
I'm post-menopausal.
Oh, fabulous. So no pills will help
I enjoy. No, yes, it's a blessing.
Yes.
Now it's her only mood. All right, moving on, people. Moving on.
We'll be right back. Stick around.
I'm so happy to add my voice to the efforts of Lorraine to raise money to fight multiple myeloma. Peter Boyle, of course, died of multiple myeloma. I'm still living with it. But the fact of the matter is, because of the work of people like Lorraine, they're making great progress. And what better name to attach to it than the great Peter Boyle? So I'm very pleased to be part of all of us and with you under these circumstances.
Greetings. My name is Daphne Lee, and I'm a professional ballerina with the Dance Theater of Harlem right here in New York City. I have a personal connection to the IMF because of my mother. Unfortunately, she passed away of January this year, but the IMF supported her in so many unique ways. And it being their 30th anniversary, I congratulate the organization because a cure is in the works, and I'm so excited to know that they stand by their caregivers and they stand by their patients. This is why it's important for you to visit CharityBuzz.com/IMF to make a difference today. I'm so excited to be a part of this organization, and I cannot wait to see all of you when we return together as one next year. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jen Curran. You might remember me from last year's IMF event. I had just been diagnosed with multiple myeloma at the time, and I had a 4-month-old baby. But to give you a little update, the last year has been so great. I feel good, my cancer numbers are all down, and my baby is now a toddler. She's walking and talking, and we're really lucky. And I also wanted to just remind everyone how important funding the research for a cure for multiple myeloma truly is. They're working hard every day to find a cure for this, and every little bit we can contribute helps. So thank you for being part of this, and I'll see you next year.
Right now, pick up your phone and text comedy to 41444. Or you can scan this strange little square thingy with your phone camera and click the link in the reply message to donate over the phone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to a script from season 5. This show is called Meant to Be, and it was written by Jennifer Crittenden and Kathy Ann Stump. And here's the teaser. We're in Ray and Deborah's kitchen. Deborah's at the counter with her knife. She's preparing to cut a sandwich. Ray enters.
Whoa. Don't cut the sandwich that way. I want it diagonal. No, go ahead. No, you know what? Cut it straight. No, diagonal. No, wait a minute. Don't even cut it. I want to try something.
Why don't you try making your own sandwich, because this one is for me.
Rob enters mopily holding a postcard. They say hello. He sits down at the table and sighs mournfully.
Oh, is something wrong, Robert?
I got this in the mail today from Stefania.
He holds up the postcard.
Is that a lip print?
She sent me a kiss in the mail.
It's all smudged.
Well, you know, it came all the way from Italy.
You've been kissing her lip print, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. You've been kissing it, man. You've been all over this thing.
No, leave me alone. It's my postcard.
Rob grabs a postcard.
I miss her. I don't know what I was doing. I set myself up for heartache. She's there and I'm here.
Yes, you're here. And so is Amy, your girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. I know. And I love Amy. I mean, Stefania was so... But she wasn't Amy. Amy rocks.
Oh, I see. That's nice. So I guess if Ray thought I rocked, he'd go to Italy and hook up with a stranger.
No.
Deborah exits disgusted. Ray picks up his half a sandwich.
You want half a sandwich?
We're going to the B scene or the A scene?
Yeah, B scene. Act 1, scene B.
We're in Nemo's Pizzeria.
And who's reading Susie?
I will read Susie.
All right.
Later that night, Susie, the waitress, is putting the leftover pizza in a box. Robert and Amy are at the end of a meal. They sit on the same side of the booth and drink Chianti.
The pizza was to your liking?
It was perfect.
Pour some more wine.
You're perfect.
Robert reaches for the wine over the burning candle and burns himself.
Oh, Robert, are you okay? Here.
She takes an ice cube from her water and tends to his hand.
Thanks. I'm fine.
Susie comes over. Who's burning fur? She crosses
Sorry.
off.
All right. So, Amy, listen. I think we're good together. Don't you?
Yes.
I mean, we make a good couple, right?
Yes.
So, I just wanted to talk about us being together.
I'm listening.
Amy snuggles in closer.
I think we're meant to be. And that's why it's important for me to tell you about Joanne.
Joanne?
Well, yeah, we've spoken, and I think she wants to get back together. And honestly, for a while, I wasn't sure what I wanted, but I've decided that you're the one that I want to be with.
You were talking to Joanne about getting back together?
Well, yes, we were talking, and I was thinking, but now I...
So you were talking to Joanne about getting back together. For how long, sweetie?
I don't know, before Italy, but see, that's why I'm telling you this. I want to be honest because I think you and I are meant to be.
Meant to be.
Don't you think?
Let me see. You've been talking with your ex-wife for over a month behind my back, and then...
Well, see, I don't think you're focusing on the positive part of the story.
But I am, Robert. I'm happy. I mean, this is all such wonderful news. You've been deceitful and you're settling for me. But hey, before I get really, really happy, is there anything else you want to share with me?
No.
Well, good. Because I don't know if I could get much more happy.
I mean, I just was...
And thank you for another fabulous evening.
Amy squeezes past and over Robert to get out of the booth. She starts to go, turns back, puts the leftover pizza slices on a napkin.
Tonight, I'm taking the leftovers. I'll be at the office tomorrow if anyone wants to send me flowers.
Amy storms out as Susie crosses in.
We should cancel this, Bamoni.
And we dissolve to Scene C, Ray and Deborah's kitchen living room later that night. Ray's eating dinner. Deborah's at the sink. Ray takes a bite of meatloaf. It is not as delightful as it should be. He puts the bite back on his fork.
How's the meatloaf?
It's delicious. Really good. Really, really good.
Amy enters, angry, with the pizza.
Your brother-in-law. Your brother. Oh, such a child.
Amy puts the pizza down next to Ray. He freezes in mid-bite, lasciviously eyeing the pizza.
Do men ever stop being stupid?
No. And you might want to hold on to your pizza.
Ugh, I don't care.
Amy crosses into the living room. Deborah follows, flicking Ray in the head as she goes. A small price to pay, Ray attacks the pizza. In the living room, Amy paces back and forth.
Robert told you?
You knew?
I'm sorry.
He's horrible. And he expects me to be grateful because he told me when he didn't have to.
Unbelievable.
He's acting like he has nothing to apologize for.
And just because he was on vacation, that is no excuse.
Vacation? He took Joanne on vacation?
No, Stefania.
Who?
What?
Who's Stefania?
Wait, what? Who? Who's what? Who? What was that name you said? Oh my God, your hair. Oh, I love your hair like that.
Ray crosses in.
So, there's just the 2 slices?
Doesn't your hair look great, Ray?
I don't know.
Robert enters.
Oh, good. Amy, you're here. I need your office address.
Who the hell is Stefania?
Robert freezes.
That sounds like a girl's name. Girl you met in Italy? What did you do with her in Italy?
Very little.
Amy stands on the couch to be face to face with Robert and slaps him.
I'm sorry.
Amy doesn't know what else to say. She steps down from the couch, but then gets back up and slaps Robert again.
I saved myself for you.
Really sorry.
Goodbye, Robert.
Amy uses Robert to steady herself as she gets off the couch and as she exits.
But we're meant to be.
So when she got up the couch the second time, what did you think she was going to do?
And we fade out. End of Act 1.
Yay!
Act 2, Scene D. Fade into Ray and Deborah's living room. Continuous. We are right where we left them. Everyone is stunned at what Amy did.
Wow, she really nailed you. Was she wearing a ring?
A friendship ring.
Ironic.
Could I have some frozen baby peas, Deb?
You know what, Robert? Get your own damn peas.
She turns to go.
Wait, you're mad at me? What did I do?
What did you do?
You're the one who told Amy about Stefania. You should be apologizing to me.
Deborah stops, staring daggers at Robert. Ray backs over the couch. Deborah slowly walks towards Robert.
And what you should have done was tell Amy the truth about everything. Or how about this, even better? Not be such a pig in the first place.
Well, that's the worst apology I've ever gotten.
Why would you get involved with someone else when you already have a relationship, huh? You think juggling 3 women at a time makes you cool?
Robert turns to Ray for help. Deborah turns to Ray to see what he's going to say.
Uncool.
If that's the only way you can build your self-esteem, you're pathetic and you don't deserve to be with anyone.
And she starts to walk away.
Yeah, easy for you to say.
Deborah stops and turns around to face Robert, even more intense than before.
What was that?
Lay down. Play dead.
We all know about you. You were popular. You juggled guys all the time. How many guys asked you to your prom, huh? 5? 6? You want to know who I took to my prom? Or Cousin Nellie?
Yeah. He threw up on her.
Somebody spiked the punch!
Well, sorry things didn't work out with you and your cousin, but that was high school. I grew up. I realized the only thing that matters is finding someone who understands me, who is going to be there for me, someone I want to grow old with.
Ray puts an arm around Deborah's shoulder.
Get off of me. I thought you felt that way about Amy.
I did. I do.
Then why did you fool around with Stefania?
Well, did you see Stefania?
He does his little I'm a hottie pose and they stare at him until he stops.
Yeah, I stopped already.
What's going on with you, Robert? You're not one of those slime balls who's only interested in scoring with chicks.
I could be.
No, you couldn't. Or you wouldn't have waited 2 years for Amy to be ready. I don't get you. You had a committed relationship with someone who loves you, and you blew it.
She exits to the laundry room, leaving Robert and Ray alone as this sinks in.
Honesty. Good thinking.
And we're going to stop there with this episode. Very nice. I'll tell you, I love listening to you guys. I think this cast was meant to be. See what I did there? See what I
Tied
did?
it all in. You tied it all in. It's like we never left. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, boy, these Everybody Love Raymond table reads are really, really good. And the Raymond look-alike is killing it. Thanks for being there tonight. Multiple myeloma is a horrible disease. My mother came down with it and struggled with it for several years. Unfortunately, she passed away in April. And I miss her, and I'm glad we're all on the same page and we're working to find a cure for this horrible disease. So thanks for being there, and let's keep after this. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Forrest Shaw, stand-up comedian and former marine biologist. I throw in the biology part so people don't think I've wasted my whole life. Anyways, I'd like to congratulate the International Myeloma Foundation on 30 years. That's amazing. And, my mom passed away in 2019 from multiple myeloma after battling the disease for almost 15 years. And without the IMF, her struggle would have been way more difficult than it already was. So thank you for that. And if you're like me out there watching this, you've probably spent the pandemic wasting a lot of money on Amazon, buying things you didn't need, like tacos, scented incense, and coloring books for your dog. And it's ridiculous. Who buys books anymore? Give your dog an iPad and take the money that you'd save from buying those coloring books and give it to the International Myeloma Foundation. They're worth it.
Hi, I'm Peter Gallagher. Please join us this year in supporting the International Myeloma Foundation. Myeloma is a terrible cancer of the bone marrow plasma cells. And every year, a bunch of us get together to raise money to find a cure and to celebrate the life of our dear friend, an extraordinary actor, an extraordinary person, Peter Boyle. So this year, please join us.
Happy 30th anniversary to the IMF.
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 Happy 30th anniversary, IMF. For 30 years, the IMF has been dedicated to improving the quality of life of myeloma patients while working towards prevention and a cure. Go online to comedy.myeloma.org right now and make a donation of $15 or $30 or whatever you can afford to give. Get a laugh, give a cure. Donate now. Yes, now for our next episode, we have a special guest. Phil, you do the intros?
Oh, well, if you remember, we went to Italy in a show, yes, and Robert met somebody there named Stefania, and she's here with us today. Yay! Everybody welcome Alex Meneses. Yay! Not really Italian.
Alex.
An actress,
Wow.
an actress. So this, we
Hello.
love seeing you. Welcome to our little club. We are doing a show now. This episode is called Stefania Arrives. So this was after the Italy show. Months later, out of the blue, came Stefania to Lynbrook. This episode was written by Tucker Cawley and Lou Schneider, two knuckleheads, and we love them, and we love this script. I'm taking you to the
Not
B
Italian
scene.
Either. But both
They're
not
not
Italian.
Not Italian.
Well, you are.
I am, yes. There was only
Ray
me
always added all the Italian we needed.
or Tom Caltabiano.
But in this scene, Stefania has been there for a few days, and Robert has taken her to play miniature golf. So we're on the miniature golf course, Robert and Stefania walk up to the first hole holding putters. Stefania swings her putter awkwardly.
You show me this.
Of course. So you hold your putter like this, you see, and then you swing it back.
She takes his hand and guides him so that he's behind her, with his arms around her, holding her hands over her putter.
Oh boy. Okay. What's happening? Right. All right. You just bring the putter back a little, like this, and then
they swing together and hit the ball.
Hey, great! Huh? Look at that, huh? Hell of a shot.
You buy me another hot dog now.
Well, you know, there's more to America than hot dogs.
I like hot dogs.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll buy you another hot dog later, okay? If you're good.
Okay, you hit now.
All right.
Robert puts his ball down. Stefania pokes him in the butt with her butter.
Hey there. Okay.
Robert laughs, then begins to swing. Stefania pokes him again.
Okay. Hey. What do you think you're doing, darling?
What? I do nothing.
Oh, I think you did, you naughty monkey.
Robert turns around, lines up his shot again, and begins to swing. She pokes him in the butt again as he putts.
Okay, come on, huh?
You are a good golf player.
Yeah, trying to be.
As they walk toward their balls, she pokes him again a few more times and laughs.
Trying to be a good golf. Okay, listen, you're just having fun, right? That's okay. But you see, you should know that when Raymond and I were kids, he used to poke me quite a bit, and poke. He was how you say a jerk. So now I'm sort of anti-poke. Okay. Oh. Well, listen, hey, look, if I had to choose someone to poke me, it would be you, okay? But don't poke me.
They get to their golf balls.
All righty. Okay, you first, huh?
She putts and misses.
Okay, very good. All right, try again.
She putts again and misses. And again.
Ay, mannaggia il diavolo.
She drags the ball to the hole with her putter and sinks it.
Oh, okay, good. Very good. That was, now I'll just...
Robert sinks his putt.
Yay, Berto!
Okay, I had a 2.
She pokes him under the arm with her finger.
All right, we won't keep score. Okay, how about that? Okay, not gonna play by the rule.
All right, before we go to the next scene, there's a scene that you're not going to see where Robert goes over to Ray and Deborah's and they deduce that you have to break up with this girl. It's not right. He doesn't intend to take this relationship further. So tonight is the night he's going to break up with Stefania. Robert's apartment later that night. Robert and Stefania are seated on the couch. Stefania wears a sweater and a skirt.
Oh, I like your house.
It's an apartment, really.
I don't like this.
Okay. Listen, we need to talk, okay?
Stefania crosses her legs.
Okay.
I think it's real exciting that you and your dad are talking about moving here.
She notices Robert's police uniform hanging from the mantel. She crosses to it.
Oh, polizia.
Attention span of a moth. Listen, I just had that dry cleaned, so I'd rather if you didn't.
You put it on for me, yes.
No, it's for work, really. Now, I'll tell you what, come back over here.
To the ugly sofa.
Yes.
They sit.
I am hungry. You have food for me?
Now? All right, just a second.
He crosses into the kitchen.
Maybe you have hot dogs.
1 second.
Robert starts to root around the kitchen for some food.
It's like dropping wood into a chipper.
He finds a bag of unopened pretzels.
I've got Captain Salty pretzel nuggets.
I like hot dogs.
Salty nuggets!
Frustrated, Robert yanks open the bed and it explodes, spraying pretzel nuggets everywhere. Muttering, he brushes himself off, then using his forearm, he sweeps the nuggets from the counter into a bowl. He turns and begins to cross back into the living room, but stops. Stefania has taken off her sweater and put Robert's police shirt on. It's tied so it shows off her belly.
What's wrong, Berto?
Nothing. Just. There's your tummy.
You would not put it on, so...
Well, actually, that's police property. You need to take it off.
Okay.
Wait,
she slowly begins to unbutton her shirt.
Wait. Oh, okay. Keep it on. It's fine. Here, do me a favor. Sit down. Okay. Have some pretzels.
No, thank you. I was not really hungry for pretzels.
Robert stares at her like an idiot. Then...
No. Okay. Stefania, you are a beautiful woman and a lovely person and a beautiful woman. And it's just so very, very nice that you want to make a life for yourself in this country. Let me finish. Okay, look, my darling, here's the thing. You know, it's been said that love is like cream of wheat. And...
Maybe no more talking.
Whoa. You want to... Oh, boy.
She kisses him passionately, running her fingers through his hair. She releases him. His hair is sticking up.
Hard to argue.
She kisses him again. Robert pulls himself away from her. It's the hardest thing he's ever had to do.
No. Stefania, no!
What do you mean, no?
No means no. It's the same in Italian. No means no.
Come, Berto. We've waited so long. It will be nice.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it wouldn't be nice and soft, but it would be wrong. It would be wrong because Stefania, we shouldn't be together.
Oh, it's okay. My father will not know.
No. You misunderstand. I shouldn't lead you on. It's morally wrong, I think.
What do you mean?
We need to break up. You and me. No more.
Oh.
Hey, listen, I'll always cherish the moments that we spent together, but I didn't want you to move here for the wrong reasons.
Stefania looks down. Robert touches her hair.
Hey.
No toccarmi!
Robert jumps back.
Non riesco a credere che sono venuto qua in America per te. Non hai neanche chiamato di persona. Mi ha fatto tua mamma per pregare di venire.
No, that was her idea. You see, she's crazy.
Allora, cosa sei? La sua marionetta? Lei tiri i fili e tu balli come Pinocchio!
No Pinocchio this time. She wanted me to marry you, but I said I couldn't because you're annoying.
Annoying? What does this mean, annoying?
I don't know.
Liar! I am sick to look to you.
No, listen, we could still be friends. You see, in America, you don't just break up, you stay friends. Yeah, that's what you do.
Not in Italy.
She starts to go for the door and then comes back. She picks up the bowl of pretzels and throws it on the floor. She heads for the door.
Annoying.
She takes her sweater and exits, still wearing Robert's shirt. He follows her into the hallway, calling after her.
I did the right thing. Morally, I did the right thing.
From off camera, Robert's police shirt hits him in the face. He pulls it away and stares for a couple of seconds, stunned.
That better be a heaven.
Yay! Where you going? We're gonna be right back. Sit down.
Hey, Lorraine and Lucy and Amy, I'm sorry I can't make it out. I never seem to make it out to California for your fundraiser. I mean, I know that a lot of Peter's glory days were in California. I know we were shooting films and Everybody Loves Raymond, which I was a huge fan of. I think I told you that years ago I would be on a plane and I'd be flying from New York to LA constantly, and I started watching Raymond on the plane, and I would have the headphones on, I would be gagging, laughing, and everybody would be looking at me kind of oddly. And I was late to that party, but I love the show. But my point is that I don't know if you realize this or not, but Peter is kind of known as a New York actor, that he lived in New York and raised his family in New York, and you guys had a house not too far from where I am now. I'm in East Hampton right now, and you guys live not too far away in the Lanes. And, Peter is really known as a New York actor. So whenever you feel like you're ready to move your charity event to New York, let me know.
Hello, everyone, virtually, a virtual hello, since we can't be together this year. We nonetheless need the money to find a cure for multiple myeloma, which killed one of my dearest friends, Peter Boyle. And this fund is named after Peter. And not only that, Lorraine Boyle has contact with the cutting-edge scientists. The money is going directly to find a cure for this disease. So he was a funny man, Peter, and a wonderful, kind-hearted man. And I miss him still. And so in this pandemic year, give what you can. Not virtually, but actually, to this fine cause. Thank you.
Place your bid on the hot ticket auction items. Visit CharityBuzz.com/IMF. It should all be there. But in case you can't see it, it's CharityBuzz.com/IMF. You can view the full list of all the items up for auction. We have some very good ones. There's even going to be some special added items. You will see the cast autograph right now during the table read. All proceeds are going to benefit the IMF. Let's all take time. We all have these microphones that they supplied us with. And what we're going to do is, if you can, take your Sharpie. We're going to sign them all, and they're going to auction them off to raise more money for the charity.
Oh,
so everybody...
Here we go. These are beautiful microphones.
I hate to part with it.
Yes. Look at this.
Doing it on camera. Beautiful. I like these microphones.
I know, they're pretty cool.
I'm very
There you
sloppy.
go.
It's very sloppy, mine. But
There you go.
you'll know who it is.
Anyway, we'll tell you where you can go to try to get these to help us out, help the foundation out. All right. Okay. Actually, right on the bottom there, it should be telling you where you can go and bid for these. And that'll be a great thing. All right, more.
This is the teaser for Let's Fix Robert. So we're in Marco's. It's the afternoon. I will be Marco. Marco is behind the counter. Amy and Deborah are at the table.
Never seen this place so crowded.
Yeah. Ever since Marco took over, the food is supposed to be unbelievable.
A waitress sets down breadsticks. Amy looks tensely at her as she walks off, then turns back to Deborah.
So is that Stefania?
No.
She looks around some more.
Which one is she?
Amy, why don't we just eat somewhere else? There are plenty of restaurants where Robert's ex-girlfriends don't work.
No. She took my boyfriend, and now she can take my order.
Deborah takes a bite of a breadstick.
I just don't get... Oh, my God. How is this so good? It's just a breadstick. We have to taste this.
No, I'm not gonna eat. I want to be thin when I see her.
Relax, Amy. I've seen Stefania. She's nothing. You're beautiful.
Stefania approaches. She's looking especially gorgeous. She sets down menus and takes out an order pad.
Hello, Deborah. Oh, hello. I am Stefania.
Amy's jaw drops as she stares at Stefania for a beat. Then Amy turns to Deborah, shell-shocked.
See? Nothing.
And we cut to the opening credits. Everybody. All right.
Nope.
We're on the next... We're on the next scene. Scene the A scene. We're back at Marco's. Everything's where we left it.
You're Stefania?
Si. And you are?
I'm Amy, Robert's other ex-girlfriend. Or as I'll be known from now on, the plain one.
You were Roberto's girlfriend.
As a matter of fact, pretty much at the same time you were.
You know, I'm looking at your red wines. What Chianti would arrive the soonest?
Stefania sits down at the table.
Roberto did not ever speak of you.
Yeah, he was good like that.
If I had known. Non basta che mi ha mollato, adesso scopro anche c'era un'altra donna, bastardo.
I'm not sure what you said, but I like how it ended.
I am so sorry to you. You should hate me forever.
Oh, no. There's no need to apologize. I'm really not mad at you.
That's right. Robert's the problem here, but he's out of both of your lives now.
Oh, we are both very lucky women.
Amen to that.
Ray enters and sees Marco at the counter.
Hey, Mr. Fogagnolo, my pizza ready?
He's ready when I say he's ready.
That's a good policy.
Oh, look, there's my little bastardo.
The women all laugh, which makes Ray notice Deborah. He waves, oblivious, and then he makes his way over to the table.
Hey, hi.
They ad-lib hellos, a beat as Ray notices that Amy and Stefania are together. He looks at Deborah.
Everything all right?
What do you mean?
You know.
Amy and Stefania are looking at Ray. He turns to them.
I'm just surprised to see you two hobnobbing.
Actually, we have a lot in common.
We both hate your brother.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, did Robert ever take you to a movie?
Yes.
That's fun, isn't it? With his little rules. Mm-hmm. Shh! No talking! No talking! No talking! Movie!
Yes, and then I don't like to share my good and plenty. He is like idiot.
Hey, that seems a little rough. Huh? And he happens to be right about the talking. It's very rude.
Marco approaches Ray with his pizza box. Now is ready.
Papa, listen to this. Roberto used to cheat on me with this nice lady.
Marco turns to Ray and stares.
That is seriously messed up. It is.
He tell me he break up with Stefania because he no like girls.
Americans.
Marco gives the pizza to Ray. Your brother, he is no good.
Bastardo.
I like this one. She eat for free. Marco exits.
Okay, Ray, you can go now. We want to talk about Robert some more.
You know what you need here? A big black pot you can all stir.
Amy points at Ray's pizza box.
Wait. Are you taking that back to eat with Robert?
Everybody's looking at Ray, who looks guilty.
I think what I do with my pizza is entirely my business.
This pizza is for Roberto.
Stefania grabs the pizza box, opens it, and begins to poke at it violently with her fingers. Amy joins in.
Oh, but come on! Oh, no, stay off the sausage. That's my side.
Ray looks at the disfigured pizza and back to the women.
Nice. Very nice. Huh? That's funny.
Ray grabs the pizza and heads for the exit.
Yeah, maybe I'll tell your father about this.
He starts to show the box to Marco. Marco stares at him. Ray quickly closes the box.
Have a nice day.
Ray scurries out the door. Now, the scene you're not going to see is Robert goes to his parents' house, and waiting for him there are Amy, Stefania, and his partner on the police force. All three are women. All three have experience with Robert, and all of them try to fix him. It does not go well, which
His
takes
partner
us...
played by Sherry Shepard.
Yeah.
His partner played by Sherry
Sherry
Shepard.
Shepard.
His partner, Judy.
Judy.
Scene E. Ray sits at the table as Deborah cooks.
Don't fill up, Ray. My meatloaf's almost ready.
Great.
Ray notices chips on the table and shoves a giant crunchy load into his mouth. Robert enters shell-shocked and shuts the door.
If an angry mob comes to the door with pitchforks and torches, it's for me.
What's the matter?
Ma's got Amy and Stefania over there, and they're all talking about how to fix me.
Oh, I'm sure she means well.
What?
I don't know. You want to stay for dinner? I'm making meatloaf.
Thanks, Deb, but I'm not hungry.
Smart move.
Robert slumps into a chair.
I'm going to spend the rest of my life alone.
Robert sighs the saddest sigh in the world, and Deborah shoots Ray a do-something look.
Hey, come on. Cheer up, man, huh?
Ray tosses Robert some chips.
Hey, it doesn't matter what they think over there. Let me tell you something. You're a good guy. No, really. Really, don't give up. The right lady is out there somewhere.
Thanks.
I mean it.
What a load of crap.
What?
The right lady's out there. Guess what? You're never going to find her. You know why? Because you don't want to. You're alone because that's what you really want.
I believe you're looking for the meeting across the street.
Let me tell you something. You've created an image of this ideal woman. So when regular women, regular, wonderful, real women fall short, you reject them.
You do that?
No.
Yes. That's why you never have to settle down. And everyone still feels sorry for poor, lonely you.
Hey, look, I may not be the greatest catch in the world, but that doesn't mean I should just settle.
I'm not telling you to settle, Robert, but you're not going to be happy if every time you discover a flaw in someone, you go and find someone else, because someone else is going to have her own flaws. Nobody's perfect.
Well, you are.
What? Deborah? My Deborah? Her?
Well, yeah, I think Deborah's perfect.
A very long, very quiet moment.
Well, you can't have her.
Wait a minute.
What do you mean, wait a minute?
I mean, I just. It's just so sweet. And I was just so mean to you. And I'm not perfect. I mean, tell him, Ray.
Is this a trap?
Robert, you don't really.
Deborah stammers. She doesn't know what to say. Robert realizes that they've misunderstood.
Oh, no. What I meant was that you're perfect for him.
That's not what you said.
But that's what I meant.
Okay, but it's not what you said. Huh? So why'd you say that?
I don't know. I had a rough day, okay?
Well, I've had rough days, and I never said she was perfect.
Oh, okay, she's not perfect, okay?
Oh, so now you don't think that she's perfect?
No.
Oh, so you see that there are things wrong with her.
Oh, okay, yes.
Like what?
I don't know.
No, I'm curious. Tell me.
Tell you what?
Tell me how she's not perfect.
All right! I don't know. I guess she could be moody and critical.
Oh, well, we all say that.
Look, listen, you asked me, and that's what I think. She can be horrible.
Okay.
Oh, and you know what? Here's something. She's got that thing where one of her eyes is a little higher than the other.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
And I usually, to be honest, I don't care about posture, but...
He demonstrates how bad her posture is.
All right. Knock it off.
Okay. All right, Raymond, are you happy? You understand what I meant about her now?
Yeah, I do. Only now she doesn't sound so good. I don't know if I want her now.
Maybe you should stop if you want dinner.
And also, another thing.
All right.
Look, I'm sorry. I just meant... Ray is lucky that he found that perfect someone for him. And I'm just hoping to be that lucky.
You will, Robert. You will be.
Thanks, guys. All right. I'll see you.
Robert exits.
He's right. You're very, very lucky.
Ray nods. Deborah sets a plate of meatloaf in front of Ray and crosses to the sink. A moment.
Lucky.
He cuts into the meatloaf with great effort and holds up a chunk of it with his fork.
I wonder if that was the name of this horse.
Oh,
thank you, Alex.
Thanks.
With the Italian, no less.
So
Yes,
good.
Not. You are
Wonderful
not
to see you.
annoying.
Grazie.
Very
No
good.
time.
Great to
fast.
see you guys.
Amazing.
Love
too.
you.
You too.
See
Love you.
Love
Bye.
you. Stay well.
Thank you.
Bye.
We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, I'm Sherry Shepard and I played Sergeant Judy, Brad Garrett's partner on Everybody Loves Raymond. So that is where I got to know Peter Boyle, and I just remember a very kind man. He had a wicked sense of humor, and just what a gentleman. So I hope that you can look inside your heart and give what you can to help find a cure. Because as you know, laughter is the best medicine, and that is what Peter Boyle gave us each and every week. Thank you so much.
Hi guys.
You know who I've been missing?
Barbers. Hi.
Yeah, but besides that,
Who?
Peter Boyle.
Oh, me too. I think about him all the time.
Me too.
You know, I got a real problem with myeloma. I don't like it.
No,
It's time to say goodbye.
it sure is.
How can we do that?
Well, if you have anything to spare at this time, when we're all supporting a lot of really good causes, it would be great if you would go to
Myeloma.org.
and support the Peter Boyle Fund at the Myeloma Organization.
Mhm.
It's such a good cause, and it's very close to our hearts.
Yes, indeed. Let it be close to yours too,
Yeah.
and let's do something about it.
Thanks
Do
so
your best.
much.
Oh, hello. This is Allie Ward of the Podcastology in Innovation Nation on CBS, and I'm here in my mobile studio, which is my car. I'm actually on a road trip. I'm with my dog, and we're headed up to see my parents. My dad has multiple myeloma, and he was diagnosed 8 years ago, and the first thing he did pretty much was go to IMF and learn so much about what to expect. He's always reading newsletters about new treatments, and thank you so much for doing what you're doing now for 30 years. You have provided so much hope, so much information to my family. And if you're watching this, go to CharityBuzz.com/IMF. Get some stuff. Raise some of this. It matters so much to real families like mine. So thank you. And thanks from Grammy too.
We're raising funds for the Peter Boyle Research Fund and the Black Swan Research Initiative to find the cure for multiple myeloma. Go online to comedy.myeloma.org right now and make a donation of $15 or $30 or whatever you can afford to give. Get a laugh, give a cure. Donate now at comedy.myeloma.org. Stick around, because right after the premiere of the IMF's 30-year anniversary video, the cast of Everybody Loves Raymond is going to perform one more episode.
Hello, the International Myeloma Foundation. This is Judy. How can I help you?
Today is a very emotional day for me. It's my anniversary. 13 years ago today, June 4th, Brian Novus and I were married. Brian was diagnosed with multiple myeloma when he went in for a simple blood test in preparation for our marriage. He was only 33 years old. His doctor told him he had 3 to 5 years to live. We prayed that the doctors were wrong and that we would be able to raise a family and have a long and happy life together. But Brian died in 1992, just 4 years after his diagnosis. Here was this beautiful man that I was marrying, and then gets this terrible disease. You know, he gets this information that you have cancer, you have multiple myeloma. We felt like we were all alone, cast adrift in the sea. There was nothing. He went to the library and he looked up all the doctors that had done something in myeloma, and he interviewed them all. And then he found Dr. Dury, and they just clicked.
In conjunction with Brian Novus, we decided that there was a desperate need to provide information for patients diagnosed with myeloma. Information that could lead them to the best tests and to the best treatments. And so the first thing was to have a newsletter where there would be information, and we could send out news about what was going on about myeloma. The access to what was the best available had to be for everyone.
The IMF has been a godsend for me in that it not only gave me hope, but gave me a vision of where I could go beyond the 2 to 5 year death sentence that I got initially.
I got a path, I got a light in the dark tunnel that I was like walking in at the time.
The key next step was to bring patients together to have direct access to experts.
It was just giving patients the voice and the power and the courage to, challenge their doctor. And, not all doctors are really myeloma experts.
This was the beginning of something that turned out to be a quantum leap forward. It was a new idea for patients to have this opportunity, and it has turned out to be tremendous for myeloma, but for patients with all kinds of diseases where this idea has really caught on.
We have a much more educated myeloma patient than we did years ago. And that's a lot to do with us by going out to the community, small and large, and helping them get an opportunity to speak with doctors, nurses, other patients.
Is a PET scan or an MRI?
As the doctors who were listening to the questions and trying to answer the questions, we were able to understand what the patient's concerns were. We needed new treatments, better treatments, and so there was a strong impetus to encourage the doctors to look for new drugs that could be tested in clinical trials. The starting point was really to bring the existing myeloma doctors together, to have expert panels and discussions, and this led to what has become the International Myeloma Working Group.
Since 2001, the IMWG grew from 40 to over 240 doctors from 36 countries all around the world. It's truly remarkable to see what they can do together as one group and what they have planned for the future.
You can see the number of publications by the International Myeloma Working Group is a great testimony that the 30 years have been very productive. And look what happened in the sort of survival of patients when the IMF started and now 30 years later.
For the first 10 to 15 years of the IMF, we were very much focused on the supporting part, to make things available, to improve access to treatments. And so now in the last 10 to 15 years, we have had more time and ability to focus on, could we cure myeloma, prevent myeloma? And so this led to the creation of the Black Swan Research Initiative.
We traditionally fund incremental type of research projects, but sometimes a very big advance can make only if you take a risk. The Black Swan Initiative is all about high risk, high reward type of projects.
There really has been tremendous progress. Right now, we actually have over 25 Black Swan research projects going forward. We can talk about the potential for curing myeloma because we are so close.
Your organization is a testimony to the fact that we can and should and must use all means to advance in the fields of science.
I think the secret of the IMF's success is that they keep the patient at the center and do advocacy, education, research, everything around the patient, and with a singular goal, like, until there's a cure, there's the IMF.
I've never seen an organization as committed to the welfare of patients as the IMF. The IMF really puts the patient at the center of everything that is done. It's not just lip service, there is a real commitment.
Saved my life. I mean, what more can you say of an organization that brings you in and embraces you and saves your life? Wonderful.
The IMF empowered us as a patient, as a caregiver, gave me the strength to move on with this disease. Strength, resilience, meaning that we could take it on, meaning that we had strength in numbers. It wasn't just us, we had the IMF helping us.
I view the International Myeloma Foundation as sort of the gold standard of patient organizations. They're the most holistic myeloma patient organization in the world.
It is almost impossible to believe what has happened over the last 30 years, the progress that has been made, and all of the benefits that have become available for patients with multiple myeloma.
There is a working myeloma community now, which was not the case in the past. There is a community working together to do the very best for myeloma patients everywhere and achieve the best outcomes.
We have moved the needle forward. It's people coming together, working together.
They achieved so many things in these 30 years, the focus, the energy, the synergy, the quality.
One of the goals was that when a patient is diagnosed with myeloma, they're not alone. They have support, they have information, they have access to things that were not there in the past, and that the outcomes are dramatically improved, and they're going to improve more in the coming 5 to 10 years.
We have to just think about, why are we doing this? We're doing it because there's so many people out there that have this disease and that we can help them live well, because we believe that we can work collaboratively and we will cure this disease once and for all.
Ready?
Now we're going to another show. This is called The Thought That Counts. And I'm pretty sure this was a nice Christmas episode. We did a Christmas episode every year. And this one was written by Tucker Cawley. So what's happened in the scene you haven't seen in the teaser, it was Marie's birthday, and Ray got her a set of figurines he knew that she would love, and she didn't. So now we're in Ray and Deborah's bedroom. Ray is holding a figurine.
Unbelievable. I try to do something nice and thoughtful, and it's like I killed my mother's birthday.
It was a very thoughtful gift.
Yes, very thoughtful. Very nice. Birthday killer.
Yep, very, very thoughtful.
What?
Oh, nothing. I was just surprised how thoughtful your mother's gift was. Although I know I shouldn't be. You always put a lot of effort into the things you buy for her.
Good night.
Ray turns over and goes to sleep.
No, listen. I think it's great you get something nice for your mom. I do. I just sometimes wonder why, you put the same thought into what you buy for me. But I mean, it's okay. It's not a big deal or anything. I'm not mad. Ray.
Ow! What? I thought you weren't mad.
I'm not.
I've gotten you plenty of thoughtful stuff. The idea that I haven't is laughable in its absolute, utter outlandishness.
Ray, you mostly give me gift certificates or back rub IOUs, or things I've had to hint that I wanted, like these pajamas, for instance.
You never hinted about those pajamas.
I gave you the size, the color, directions to the store, directions from the front of the store to the pajama section, and I still had to return them because you got the wrong ones.
Okay, but now you have the right ones. Come on, gee, I didn't know you were, dying for something super thoughtful.
You needed me to complain?
That's how I've been raised.
You're supposed to want to get me thoughtful things. Come on.
Ray gently takes the figurine from her.
I have to return these.
Deborah turns over, angry.
What? What?
Nothing. It's just, I can't win. I can't believe that we're arguing about this when I actually found you a pretty good Christmas gift this year. Okay, you know what? I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but I did. I really did.
Yeah, right.
No, you and I were doing something a few weeks ago, and it got me thinking about. All right, well, just forget about it.
Wait, what were we doing?
We were in the city, and we were walking, and you saw something, and you said, "Oh my God."
Yeah?
Yeah, and maybe I got you something.
What is it?
Well, you'll see it at Christmas. Let's hope you find it thoughtful. Good night.
I'm sorry, Ray.
It's okay.
She stares at him for a moment. Her face shows that she might be impressed with him. She turns over and goes to sleep. The angle switches to Ray's face. His eyes are wide open and terrified. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene B, Amy's apartment. A week later, Amy and Robert are snuggled up on the couch watching TV. The doorbell rings. Amy answers the door. It's Ray.
Ray, hi.
Oh, hey, Amy.
What are you doing here?
I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd just pop in and say, howdy doodle.
Howdy doodle. What are you doing here?
Stop, Robert. Come on in, Ray.
Oh, okay, thanks. So, boy, 'tis the season, huh? Only 2 more shopping days till Christmas. Everybody's all holly and jolly and buying stuff. You buying any gifts this season, Amy?
Oh, yeah, I love shopping. I have one more thing to get my Uncle Jeff, and I was thinking I might go
that's great. But listen, I've been thinking about what to get Deborah, and I want to get her something really special, you know, because she's just so great.
Oh, I know what she loves. Pajamas.
No pajamas.
Hey, you know what? Get out.
Look, I want to get her something thoughtful. Something that says, Deborah, you mean so much to me. And I thought of this gift just for you.
A long, reflective moment. Then...
So, what do you got?
Wait a minute. I know what this is. A few weeks ago, he got my mom something thoughtful for her birthday. Now, I bet he has to get Deborah a gift of equal or greater thought.
Why you always got to assume the worst about me?
Well, it's gotten me this far.
Ray, you're very thoughtful. You should just trust your instincts.
Yeah? Because I did think of something. You know how Deborah's always saying how cold she is? So I thought, how about getting her a really nice, top-of-the-line, primo space heater?
Robert and Amy are less than impressed.
Top of the line, though. Four settings. Low, medium, high, and off.
Raymond, have you ever even met your wife? Do you know anything about her?
I know she gets chilly.
All right, look, what about something like she spent all her summers as a kid up at Lake Saugatuck in Connecticut, right?
What? Lake who?
Lake Saugatuck. Find her a painting or a nice photo of Lake Saugatuck. Or hey, she likes Craftsman furniture. Hey, you know what? She's been talking about spending more time working in her garden. So maybe you can get her some... No, wait. I got it. Get her a first edition of To Kill a Mockingbird, right? She did her college thesis on it, and it's her favorite book, and I bet she would love it.
So not a space heater.
No! To Kill a Mockingbird. Look at me. First edition.
She would love that, Ray.
Yeah.
It's very nice,
yeah.
Robert.
Uh-huh. I was thinking like that, too. I was thinking like that or the space heater, whatever's best.
Yeah, you're a wonderful person. Get out.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Thank you. All right, see ya.
Ray exits. A beat, and then he pops his head back in.
What, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
To Kill a Mockingbird. Take a class.
Right. Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah, I knew it was a bird book.
Ray exits. Robert and Amy shake their heads.
I've always been the brains.
Dissolve to the D scene. Ray and Deborah's kitchen the next morning. Ray and Deborah are having coffee. They're all smiley.
So, last night was good.
Didn't even get to start my book.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. Did something or someone distract you?
You did.
That's right, I did.
Robert and Amy enter.
Oh, hey. Hi. Merry Christmas.
We just came from across the street. It's not the holidays without seeing Frank in his underwear.
Hey, did you see what my handsome husband gave me? A first edition of To Kill a Mockingbird, my favorite book.
Hey, what a great gift.
I know, I love it. Oh, so nice.
Ray smiles.
I'm your husband, right? That's what I do.
Oh, don't be modest. You got me the perfect gift.
Yeah. You know, I almost went with some other idea, something from Lake Saugatuck.
Robert's eyes widen.
Lake Saugatuck? I don't think I've even mentioned that in 10 years.
I know, yeah, I don't know. I guess I remembered how important it was to you.
Oh my God.
She hugs him.
This ain't too much.
It was me!
Everyone looks at Robert.
What?
You should be happy with me. I told him to get you that book. It was my idea, not Raymond's. Mine, all me.
Hey, Robert.
No. He never even heard of To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, yes, I did.
You did not. You never even read the book. You never saw the movie. You didn't even know that there was a movie of it. Who was the star of the movie, Raymond?
What?
Gregory Peck. That's right, Gregory Peck. He played Atticus Finch. Gregory Peck. Right, Scout. Step aside while I shoot this rabid dog. Right, Scout. He won the Oscar. In 1962. You moron!
A shocked beat. Robert stands there, breathing heavily. Deborah takes in what he said. Ray is frozen. Finally,
I think somebody could use a little Christmas cheer.
Robert came up with the whole thing?
he turns to Robert.
What are you doing to me?
Deborah had to know the truth. She had to know who really gave her the book.
You just took credit for Robert's idea. You made up that whole city thing? You lied to me?
Yes, and yes!
Robert, what are you doing?
Robert turns to face Amy.
What do you mean?
Why is it so important Deborah knows that the book was your idea?
Because it's the truth. Raymond's a glory hog. He did it with Ma, and now he's doing it with Deborah. He's got to be stopped.
You know, I have to say, Robert, that book seemed a little more thoughtful than what you gave me.
What? What did he give you?
Tickets to the Ice-Capades.
What's wrong with that? The Ice-Capades is 2.5 hours of frozen fun.
Yeah, if you're 12.
The Ice-Capades? Oh, wait, that's what Mom said I should get for Deborah.
Robert freezes. Amy looks at him, then she crosses to him.
That was your mother's idea? You went to your mother?
Man, that is lame. I mean, right?
Don't even, Ray.
Okay.
Every year, all you care about is, what should I get for my mom? You think my mom will like it? Maybe I should ask my mom. Mom.
The boys are backed up against the counter. Ray turns to Robert.
How do we get out of here?
Come on, Deborah. I mean, you got your book. I gave it to you. You should be happy, right? Isn't it the thought that counts?
Yeah, but it wasn't your thought. It was his thought.
Yeah. And why do you care so much about her gift?
I don't care about her gift. It was just to make him look bad. Sorry, man.
It's okay. It's all right. I understand.
You know what, Ray? I don't want you to ever buy me anything ever again, all right? Because every time you do, it just tells me how little you care. Merry Christmas, Ray.
She gives him the book back.
Well, now you're becoming my mother.
What?
Let me finish.
Ray jumps on the counter.
Okay, the only reason I ever put more thought into my mother's gift is that she's very
materialistic.
No.
Yes.
Yes. But gifts and stuff, that's all she cares about. But I don't think of you like that. You've always said you don't care about anything as long as we're all happy and healthy. And look at us. We're all happy and healthy. We're all healthy for now. And isn't that the only thing that matters? Come on, huh? It's Christmas. What about Jesus? Huh? You think he cared about getting a lot of gifts on his birthday? No. Rumpa-pum-pum. That's all he wanted.
That's true. Rumpa-pum-pum.
Listen, I'm sorry I lied, okay? I lied about that night having a great gift for you, and I lied about coming up with the Cuckoo Bird book, and I know I took all the credit for it, but at least you're not going to the ice capades. Huh? Look, I'm sorry. I stink at this. But it's not because I don't care about you. In fact, I wouldn't lie half as much if I didn't.
A moment. Deborah softens a little.
Me too.
And that's where Marie would enter.
Oh.
Rum-pum-pum-pum.
Rum-pum-pum-pum. Now I want to introduce the woman who's been behind this for the last 13 years. The woman who works tirelessly trying to find a cure for myeloma, which took away her husband, my friend, Peter Boyle, in 2006. Please welcome Lorraine Boyle.
14 years ago, myeloma claimed the life of my husband, Peter Boyle. Ever since then, I've devoted much of my time and energy to raising funds for the International Myeloma Foundation. During his long career, Peter gave the world the gift of laughter. Tonight, the cast of Everybody Loves Raymond has reunited to honor that legacy. Thanks to them and our tireless director, Ken Shapiro, we have an amazing, hilarious tribute. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you had some laughs. And I also hope that you will find it in your hearts to contribute whatever you are able to the IMF's Peter Boyle Research Fund. My family and I are touched that everybody still loves Peter. Thank you very much.
Hey, Tom Caltabiano here, writer on Everose Raymond for all 9 seasons. That was awesome to watch, you guys. And I have a lot of questions that have been sent in over the years that I can't answer. So I thought I'd ask a few right now. Ray, just coming off of, since this is the thing for Peter Boyle, you did Martin Scorsese's film The Irishman. Peter did Taxi Driver in the 70s. Did that ever come up when you were doing the film? With
Marty? With Marty? I call him Marty.
Marty!
I did bring it up, and with De Niro also.
Oh, Bobby? with Bobby?
All right.
Bring it up with Bobby?
What did Boo Boo say?
I didn't mention it to Pacino, though.
Ali.
But on my next movie with Hugh Jackman, I definitely did not bring it up.
It's getting crowded in here.
I think I did. I think we did talk about it a little bit about Peter. Yeah, but that was surreal. The whole thing was surreal. Tom, are these questions from fans?
These questions are from Twitter and from Instagram site and all across the board.
He thinks he has fans still.
Yeah.
Are you incredulous, Raymond, that anyone still has questions for you, or what is the question?
No, I'm just wondering where they're coming from. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. So you did bring it up. That's the end of your
Marty
answer.
talked about it a little. Marty talked about Peter a little. He loved him. Yeah. But otherwise, I was afraid to say anything on that set. You know.
Great.
I was just happy to be there.
We could have used a little of that.
Yeah.
So this one is for Patty. It seems to come up a lot. Was your husband ever jealous of you kissing Raymond for 9 years?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No.
Great.
And Anna wasn't either, right?
No,
Anna wasn't either.
because she knew that you thought I was an idiot.
And
I'll
then
tell you what, the one little funny thing, when we filmed the pilot, I was living in Queens, and so I came to LA, we filmed it, I went back to Queens, my twins were 2.5, maybe almost 3, and then I got a VHS tape of the pilot, I put it in we watched it at my house, and my twins were watching it, and I guess at the very end, we kiss or something, and my twins don't even know what's going on, but after I kiss you, they look at me and go, "That's not mommy." And I said, "That's right. Give me 5."
And Anna made them come to the set every day for the next 9 years.
Yes.
They were the kiss police.
Exactly.
So Brad, for you, what from your own personal life did you bring to the character Robert? And what did you identify with him?
A depression, being unloved, hearing voices, eating pastries alone in a corner.
I will say, let me answer for him, because I hate to compliment Brad, but I have to, because Phil, you'll back me up on this. We did not picture Brad Garrett as the character of my brother. We pictured a sarcastic, bitter brother who was kind of a little bit angry and not whatever Brad brought.
And shorter than you.
And
yes,
short.
much shorter.
Shorter?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's one of the magic things that has to happen. You know what I mean? You write a character, and then all of a sudden it becomes something else, and it just works, and it's a gift. It's a gift.
And Patty, this is for you. When did you feel like the show was a hit?
What time is it?
I thought we really got into the swing of things the 3rd season, and then every season I kept saying the 4th season, this is the best. Oh my God, the episodes this year, and then the 5th, and then it just kept getting better and better. But I think it really, and you guys have a better memory of the episodes because I was pregnant the 1st season and the 3rd season, so I kind of don't remember the first 3 seasons. So maybe that's why I think it was like 3rd and going forward that it was really hitting its stride. I felt for Deborah, especially because I felt like just trying to find. Remember that first season? I felt it was a little bit hard trying to find out who she was because I think everybody was super defined except for Deborah. But here's the thing: when I read the pilot, I thought, this is the best pilot I've ever read. And although I'm not sure who Deborah is, the writing is so good, and everybody's so defined. We're gonna find out who she is really quickly once we get it up on its feet and it gets going. So, so for me, it took a little while, but I think it really hit its stride in the third season.
And so, just for Phil and Ray, there's always questions about a reunion, and I know you've said you don't want to do a reunion.
You're looking at it,
but watching the chemistry of that, just as a fan now from the outside, watching the chemistry of those scenes, is there anything you could think of that would bring you back to a scripted version in the future?
I would say I would have to lean towards no, only because we're missing, Peter and Doris, who are so much a part of it. It would just feel almost not right. It would feel sacrilegious.
But
also
we are open to doing something like this, where we all get together, reminisce, show clips, show bloopers, and that might be coming soon. Next year, it's 20 years since we premiered.
That would be a good time.
Yeah.
And then, Monica, is there anything that wound up in the show that you're surprised and you learned only by getting the script or watching it on TV?
Yes, we said The Bad Moon Rising, and I mentioned before that I didn't read it, but a lot of that Deborah and Raymond dialogue was lifted from actual dialogue between me and my beloved. But what was great about it, and Anna and I used to talk about this too, watching, because they were writing it and Ray was executing it, and you're like, oh my God, they get it for television. Why can't they get it for life?
Yeah.
Right.
I remember
but you did feel good. I think it was helpful to the marriage, though.
I remember Anna watching it. We were in bed and Anna's watching an episode, and after the scene, she looks at me and says, you just talked to Patty in that scene more than you've talked to me all week, And I said, well, we have writers. I mean, what do you expect?
And then I think this should be the final question is, anybody just share any fond memories of Peter, as small or as large?
Well, I'll tell you something. And Brad and I talked about this, but it's been a little over 2 years since I quit drinking. And one of the things that has stuck with me, and it stuck with me when he said it, is that we used to all go out after taping and go out and have a drink. And Peter had been sober for many years. And I said, how do you not have a drink when everybody's having a drink? Because your adrenaline's high and you need to kind of come down. And he said, I just think about taking the first one, and I walk through my mind to the second and the third and so on and so forth. And it just gives me that time, and I think about where it's going to take me. And by the time I take those few seconds, I don't want it anymore.
Oh, very good.
And 20 years later, I thought about that, or 18 years later, it's always stuck with me, and it's really helped me. And I actually emailed Lorraine, and I told her, and I said, I wish Peter was here that I could tell him that, because he's really sort of, I feel, been with me through that.
On shoot nights, he would have a quick AA meeting in his in his dressing room with various people from the crew, and I was just starting year two is when I realized I was going to have to continue to work with Ray. I stopped drinking and started heroin. No, but I started, some of my first meetings were in Peter's.
I never knew that.
I didn't know that either.
Anonymous.
Yep.
I had no idea.
They were
I
in
would have
his
shut you
dressing
down.
room. But it was pretty powerful. There were people from the crew. There was me, you know, me and Peter. And what I loved about, one of the great things about Peter is he was sober, but he wasn't preachy and weird about it. I mean, he just, I had questions about it, and he was very humble about it. And he goes, just come to, just come to one of the meetings. And I went, and no one else was there. And
I'll tell you two things that most
his pants were off.
Oh God!
And I just, Kenny, can you take me out, Kenny? Go ahead, Philip.
I'll tell you two things about Peter Boyle that maybe most people don't know. One is he studied to be a monk before he became an actor. And I said to him once, why did you give it up? He said, not enough girls. And the other thing is, do you know who the best man was at Peter's wedding? Peter and Lorraine?
Yes.
John Lennon.
Yeah.
John Lennon. How about that? You don't expect that. He was nothing like the gruff, right-wing seeming Frank Barone. He was the opposite. He was
No.
a sweetie pie.
Well, that's what was amazing to me about him was he was such a brilliant man. Like, look at just those examples that he had such a life
Yeah.
and so smart, and yet he just took me in, and I'm just a plain, simple dude, and yet we had such a good relationship, you know? He dumbed it down for me just so we could get close, you know?
We all did, Ray.
Yeah. Well, I felt
It was amazing.
I
remember when Ray told me, he says, "You're not going to believe who's playing our father, Peter Boyle." And I was like, what an honor to share a stage with this guy. And he was so incredibly kind, because I will never forget in 1972, when my father took me to see Young Frankenstein, and how we bonded over that movie. And it was so powerful. And we just laughed and laughed. And then to meet him and just, it was just one of the many gifts.
What would be great would be to have him around now with what's going on in the world, because he would be so involved in it, have so many opinions about it. Yeah, it was great.
And, sorry, Monica, did you have?
I bonded with one thing over because he did study to be a monk, right? For a year, he was in the seminary, I believe, and
Christian brother. Yeah.
Christian brother, and so. You know, and I was big Catholic also growing up. And I told him, I said, remember the liturgical dancing? He was like, what? He had been out by then. But in the 70s, I was a liturgical dancer. He thought that was so funny. And I got him a tape, an instructional tape of liturgical dancing. So that, I did a performance for him in his dressing room of liturgical dance. And he loved that.
I should have shut that down too.
And I also sang a Yoko Ono song for him. Yes.
No, you didn't.
Silver Horse. I did, because I do a very good Yoko.
Oh, you got to do
Peace. Thank you, Yoko.
Wow.
I thought I was the only one that did the liturgical dance for Peter, but I guess there were others.
Wow. He made everybody
Did you
do
see
it.
my VHS instructional tape that I gave him? Did you ever see that? Oh my God, it's classic.
Wow, a lot of admissions.
We'll have to get
A lot of admissions.
A lot of
all
things happened in that dressing room that we didn't know.
Wow. So thank you so much for answering the question. I have about 1,000 more from fans, and maybe in the future we can get more of those answered.
Another
But
time.
It was.
Anyway, that wraps it up, right, Phil?
This was so much fun for me. Boy, what a trip. What a
It
trip.
was great. It was great. Miss
Great
all
to
of
see
you.
everybody.
So special.
You put the thing on, and it's like you're there again. It's very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
It is kind of
Grateful
special.
to all of you.
Yeah.
Grateful to all of you. Miss
Ray
you
and
much.
Ray and I always say this to each other when we see each other. Thanks for the good life, and I say that to all of you.
You too.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
You
Likewise.
too. Thank you.
Yeah, this was fun, boy. This was and it's for a great cause, you know. So that's all
Sure
all
is.
good.
And we miss you, Peter, and we love you, and you too,
And
Doris.
yeah.
Miss
Oh,
you,
look
love
at that.
And thank you, Lorraine.
Thank
Just
you,
a
Thanks,
Lorraine.
Lorraine Boyle.
Yay,
Thank you,
Lorraine.
We love you too.
Let's not forget
Bye-bye.
Sawyer. Let's not forget Sawyer Sweeten too.
And Sawyer.
Sawyer
Yeah.
Sweeten.
Yeah,
Thank
God
you.
Doris
bless
Roberts.
Fred and Georgia.
In our hearts.
And
Yes,
Fred and
and
Georgia,
Georgia
and
and Sawyer.
Catherine and
Catherine.
Robert.
And Robert.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye
Love
bye,
you.
everybody. Be well.
Bye.
Love you
Bye.
guys.
Love you.
This show is made possible in part by our generous sponsors. Thank you for your continued support in the search for a cure.